So hello and welcome to this Adobe After Effects tutorial. We are going to create this simple bounce animation, and right now you can see what we are going to be doing. This tutorial is going to be a little bit longer because I am going to show you two ways how you can do this. But yeah, this is what we are going to be doing, and right now we can start. Alright, so right now I am on the site Freepik and I'm going to put the link in the description, and I'm also going to provide you the Illustrator file that we are going to create right now. So if you want to skip this part, you can go directly to the Adobe After Effects. But yeah, all you need to do is click download, then go with the free download and just save this. I will hit cancel because I already saved this, and yeah. One thing is that if you want to use this commercially, you will have to attribute the author or go premium on the Freepik, but it's very cheap. But yeah, now I will go to the place where I have my zip file, and I'm just going to right click and I'm going to choose extract here, and I'm going to double click on this IE or on the EPS file, and it is going to open me this in the Adobe Illustrator. I am going to have some warning about the missing fonts, but I am just going to hit close. Now I'm going to create new document, so Ctrl N, Command N, and I want this to be for the web, and I will go with Full HD, which is 1920 by 1080 pixels, RGB 72, so everything as it is, and I am just going to click create. Now if I go to the initial Freepik document and I'm going to click on this and I will try to move this, I can see that it is all connected, it's all groups together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose ungroup, or you can go with the Ctrl Shift G or Command Shift G, but right now it is still going to be connected, only these flowers are going to be disconnected. So one more time I will have to right click and I will have to choose ungroup. Now it is going to be connected also with the shadow, and I do not want to use the shadow, so one more time I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose ungroup. So 3 times we will have to ungroup this to have this separated like so. Now I can drag this to the new document that I have created, so I will just put it in here like so, and now I can scale this, so I will go with the shift to stay with the proportions, and maybe I will scale this like so, maybe a little bit bigger. This depends on you, but this is fine for me. Now one more time, while I am on this new document, I am going to select this and I am going to right click, and one more time I am going to choose ungroup, and right now I am going to have them separated like so. These glasses I am going to delete because I do not need them, and yeah. And the last thing that I can get is this text. This is optional, but I am just going to drag it somewhere here like so. I can scale this little bit, maybe like so, but yeah. Now I will go to the layers. If you cannot see layers, you can go to the window and you can get the layers. And if I am going to have everything in the layer 1, and if I am going to open this, there is going to be all of the stuff that we have. So what we need to do is we need to put it to the separated layers. So I am going to select the layer 1. I will go to these 3 lines and I am going to go to release 2 layers. And right now I am going to be able to select all of the layers with the shift, and I am going to drag them outside of the layer 1. Layer 1 is right now empty, so I can delete this, and yeah. So this is all for the Illustrator. I am just going to save this with Ctrl S, Command S, and I am just going to create a folder which I'm going to call Illustrator, and yeah. And this is the file that I am going to provide you, but still keep in mind that I don't owe this. I just want to provide you this to make this a little bit more simpler. So yeah, I am just going to click save, and in here I do not need to change anything, and I am just going to click OK. Now I will go to the Adobe After Effects and I will go to the place where I saved my Illustrator file, so it is going to be in here, and basically I am just going to drag it in here like so. And this is going to give me an option. I want this to be composition, I want this to be layer size, that's a default, and I'm just going to click OK. And now I can double click on this books composition, and it is going to open me this like so. We are going to create some kind of background, but that's we can do at the end, so we can work like so, and yeah. I can zoom in and zoom out with the Control or Command and mouse wheel, and yeah. Now this happy day, happy World Book Day, I am going to change the color of the layer, so I would like to differentiate it, so I'm just going to click on the color and I will go maybe with green, it really doesn't matter, and I am going going to lock this with this lock, and I am going to hide this. So we are just going to have the books. Now the books, I am going to rename them. So one by one I am going to go with enter, and this is going to be B1, like the book number 1, and this is going to be number 2, and so on. You do not need to rename your layers, but it's fine to at least have something. But yeah, so this is going to be number 5, and this is going to be number 6, like so. I am actually going to duplicate this. You can do the same thing, because I would like to show you 2 ways how you can create this animation. So I am going to select all of these books, and I will go with Ctrl D, Command D, and it is going to duplicate me this. And while this is selected like so, I am going to drag it about the layer 1, like so, and yeah. Now this duplication, I can change the color, so I can click on this, and this is, for example, going to be orange, and yeah. And one more thing that I can do is I can like hide them with this shy. If you cannot see this shy, there is this toggle switches mode, like so, at the bottom, or it's F4. So I am just going to shy them like so, and I am going to click this hide all layers for which the shy switch is set. So I will just click this. So temporarily we are not going to be able to see them, and if I click this one more time, I will be able to see them. But yeah. Now I am going to hide all of the books except of the one, like so. But let me also hide all of this like so. So yeah. So we would like to have only the one book. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to go with P for the position, and I am going to right click on the position, and I am going to choose separate dimensions, because we are going to animate only Y position, and when we separate the dimension we are going to have a different graph when we are going to be working in the graph editor. But yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to click the keyframe for the Y position, and I am going to move maybe like 30 frames. So with the shift and page down, I will go 10, 20, 30, like so, and I am going to click this add or remove keyframe at the current time, and yeah. Now I will go back to the initial keyframe, and while I am going to be on the keyframe with my shift and arrow, I am going to top arrow, I am going to move this like so. I can move with the space and mouse like so, and I am going to put it outside of the stage. I can zoom in if I want, like so, a little bit, and yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to select the keyframes, and I am going to go with F9 or Easy Ease, or you can right click keyframe assistant Easy Ease, like so. But yeah. Now I am going to select these keyframes, and I will go to the graph editor, and we are going to have a graph like so. There is a possibility, I will just show you. You can right click, and you can have, I can go with edit speed graph. This is not what I would like to have. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose edit value graph, but this should be as a default. I can make this a little bit bigger if I want, and yeah, I can zoom in a little bit in here. I can move like so, but yeah. And what I would like to do is I am going to select this like so, and it is going to give me these handles, and I am going to adjust this like so, and this one I can I am going to adjust also, but I am going to hold shift, so I am going to stay on the same line, and maybe something like this. And while we are making this kind of graph, this basically means how fast this is going to be going. When this is going to be here, it's going to be like slowly, and when the graph is going to be like so, it's going to be fast. And that's how gravity works, because when something is going to be falling, it is going to be accelerating and accelerating until it's going to hit the ground like so. Now I can unclick this graph editor, and yeah, and I'm going to move maybe 20 more frames. So with the shift and page down, I will go 10, 20, and I am going to create a new keyframe like so. And now I am going to select all of the keyframes, and one more time I will go to the graph editor. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to select this keyframe like so, and I am going to go with this handle, and I am going to put it like so. Approximately like this handle and this handle, they should have like the same angle, but that's just approximately. And I am going to do the same thing with this one, so I am going to go like this. And also this angle and this angle should be like approximately the same, and also the length should be the same. You do not want to have one like this and one like this, so approximately like so. Okay, and yeah, now I can go in here and I can see how high this is going to jump, and I can adjust this. I can have this like pretty more, or I can have this less. So this is up to you. I can go maybe with something like this. Let me see. Okay, this is going to be like so. Okay, that's fine. And now one more time I am going to unclick the graph editor, and I am going to move maybe 15 frames. So I will go with shift and page down, and then only page down 5 times. So 1 2 3 4 5, and I am going to create one more keyframe. One more time, I'm going to select all of the keyframes. I will go to the graph editor. I can zoom in a little bit like so, or you can just move like this, but yeah. And now I am going to select this keyframe, and I am going to one more time create the jump, but right now a little bit less than before one. So this one should be like this jump should be more and this jump should be less, but approximately something like this and like so. And yeah, now I can unclick the graph editor. I can zoom out, and I can play this, and this is what we are going to have. Okay, you can play with this, but I am going to keep this as it is, and yeah, I am going to right now copy this motion and paste this one by one to other books, and then I am going to show you how you can do this for all of them at the same time. That's why I have duplicated the layers. But then I am going to select all of the keyframes. I will go with Ctrl C, and I will go to the B number 2. I am going to show this, and I am going to open the position with the P, and I am going to go with Ctrl V, and nothing is going to happen. The reason why nothing is going to happen is that I am not allowed to copy and paste the motion when the position is not separated, because this one is separated. So before of that, I will have to separate the dimensions, and right now I will be able to paste this like so. And yeah, so right now we are going to have both the books, but they are going to be on the same place. So what I'm going to do is I will go on one of my keyframes, and I am going to move the whole keyframes like so with the shift and up arrow approximately like so. You do not want to be, I will go back a couple of times, you do not want to be not on the one of the keyframes, because then you are going to create another keyframe. So I will just position myself on the last keyframe, and approximately I am going to position this on this other book like so. And yeah, this is not precise because we are not going to have the books exactly as we had before, but this is just one of the way. And like so, I can right now I can copy this motion, and I can go to the number 3, P for the position, right click, separate dimension, and I can paste this. But right now I wasn't at the beginning, so I will have to manually position the keyframes. I am going to hold shift, so it is going to snap at the beginning, and I am going to show this one like so. And yeah, I am going to select all of the keyframes. I am going to be on the last keyframe, and I can move this like so. And yeah, so this is one of the way. Let me very quickly finish this. So I am going to go with number 4, and I am going to paste this, and I am going to position it at the beginning. I will show this, and I am going to put this up like so. And the same thing with number 5. I am not going to skip this, but yeah, and I'm going to copy this one, Ctrl C. I will go to the beginning, I will select the number 5, I will paste this, I will show this, I will go to the end, and I'm going to move this out up a little bit like so. And yeah, so this is one of the way that we can do this. But now I am going to show you how you can do this with all of them at the same time. And then what we are going to be doing is we are just going to be moving them like so, but yeah. So now I am actually going to delete all of this like so. You do not need to delete it, you can just hide it and shy it, but I am going to delete all of them, and I am going to unshy this, and I am going to show all of this in here like so. And what I'm going to do is I am going to select all of them. I will go with P for the position, and one by one I am going to separate dimensions like so. I cannot do this on all of them at the same time, so I'm going to separate dimensions. I am going to separate dimensions also for this one, and also I am going to do this for this one. So we are going to have all of them separated, and now I am going to select the only Y position for all of them. So with the control I am going to click on all of the Y position, or command like so, like so, like so, and I am going to create the keyframes. Now one more time I am going to move 30 frames, so 10, 20, 30, and I am going to create the keyframe. Let me click on this like so, and I will go to the beginning, and I accidentally hide them. So I will go to the beginning, and I'm going to position them with the shift and arrow up like so. And yeah, we are going to do the same thing, but right now we are going to be working with all of the keyframes at the same time. This may be a little bit harder, that's why I showed you that you can do this one by one, but yeah, I am going to go with F9, and I am going to go to the graph editor. So we are going to have the same thing, but right now there is going to be more of these lines, but I am going to do the same thing. I am going to select all of them, and I am going to make them like so, and I can select all of this, and I can make them like so with the shift. I am going to unclick the graph editor, and I am going to move 20 more frames, so shift page down like so, and I am going to create new keyframes. I will go to the graph editor. I can zoom in a little bit like so, or I can zoom out, or I can make this little bit bigger or anything, and I am going to select them, and I will just create the jump like so, and I will create the jump also in here like so, something like this. And now I will just check how high this is going to be. So it is going to be like so. That's probably too much, so I will go a little bit less. You can play with this as I said, but yeah, I will go maybe like so, and I will go with this one also a little bit less, maybe like so. Let me see. So it is going to be like so. Okay, maybe a little bit more. This is okay, like this. And one more time I am going to move 15 frames, so 10 page down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to create keyframes like so, and one more time I will go to the graph editor. I will zoom in a little bit like so, and maybe I can make this little bit bigger, and I am going to select all of them, and I will just create the jump one more time like so, and I will create the jump like so, and yeah. So it's much easier to work only with one, as when you are going to be working with all of them at the same time. So you can choose, but yeah, and right now I can play this, and we are going to have something like this. So yeah. I can do all of them at the same time, or I can create one and then paste it to all of them and just move this. So yeah, this is where I finished when I deleted the copies that I had. And now what I am going to do is I am going to move these keyframes. So I will go with the shift and page down like so, and I am going to move all of these keyframes like so, and I can hold shift, so I'm going to snap. Okay, except the first one. And now I can unselect this one, and I am going to move with the shift and page down 10 frames, and I can move them like so, also with the shift. Or there is also an option to move your keyframes with the shortcut, so you can go with Alt and arrow like so, but I also want to go with Alt or Option and Shift and arrow, because that's going to move keyframes by 10 frames. So right now I'm going to deselect this one, Shift, Alt or Option and arrow. I am going to deselect this one with the Control or Command, and also one more time Shift Alt arrow like so, and yeah. So right now we are going to have them offset or distributed like so, and this is what we are going to have. And this is not going to be looking very good, because they are going to I am going to make this smaller, and I'm going to zoom in. We are going to have the first one, and the blue one is going to go like below that one. So what I'm going to do is I am going to be right now on the blue one, on the second layer, and I am just going to go with Shift and up arrow, and on the keyframe I am going to position this little bit up like so. Then I am going to move to this keyframe with the Shift to snap, and the orange one I am going to move a little bit on this keyframe, so it is going to appear like it's going to bounce from the blue one like so. If you are going to have your jumps too high, maybe this can be a little bit issue, but yeah, now I am going to do the same thing with the red one, so I will position this maybe like so. Now I am going to do the same thing with the another blue one, so I am going to position this like so, and right now I will go with the last one, which is the purple one, and I am going to position this like so. Okay, that's fine. And now I can play this, so I will go like this, and I'm going to go with space, and this is what we are going to have. Okay, I can zoom out a little bit, and I can play this one more time to see this. So yeah, this is what we are going to have. Now we can go ahead and create some kind of background. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select all of the layers, and I am going to just hide them like so, and I'm going to collapse them, and I'm going to go to the layer. I will go to the new, and I will go to the solid, and I'm going to choose some kind of blue color, maybe something like this. Okay, I can call this to be BG as a background, but you do not need to. And I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to put this to the bottom like so. Okay, now if I want, I can show my text, this happy world book, and yeah. And now the thing about these books is if I want, I can open the position, and I didn't animate the X position, I only animated the Y position. So right now I can with my Shift and right arrow move them wherever I want, like so, and this is not going to affect the keyframes. Okay, if I would go with the up arrow and I would be changing the Y position, then this could be an issue. But the X position, we can position it wherever we want, and it is still going to be fine. So I can do this like so if I want, and I can put this text maybe somewhere here like so, and yeah, this is what we are going to have. Now this animation is pretty short, so I do not want to have this like 30 seconds, because nothing is going to happen anymore. So I will go maybe to like second number 6, and I am going to go with the N, or you can just drag this like so, but you need to be like zoom out, because otherwise you are not going to be able to see this. So I am going to put this like so, or I can go with the N, and then I'm just going to right click, and I'm going to choose trim comp to work area, so my composition is going to have only 6 seconds. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to select all of them, and one more time I'm going to close them, and I can get rid of this shies, I do not need it anymore, and I can put a motion blur, so it is going to be a little bit blurry when it is going to be falling down. So I am just going to put the motion blur to all of them like so. I do not need to put it on the text, and I do not need to put it on the background, and this is going to enable it automatically, but this needs to be also clicked, but yeah. If you cannot see motion blur, you can go with toggle switches mode like so, or you can go with F4, and yeah. The last thing that I'm going to show you is how you can export this, but before of that, if anyone have been here until this point, you can write me that in the comments. That would mean a lot to me. But yeah, so now what I'm going to do is, first of all, I could save this, Control S, but I do not need to save this to export this, so I am not going to save this right now. But what you can do is you can go to the file, you can go to the export, and you can go with add to Adobe Media Encoder Q, like so, and this is going to open the media encoder. There is also an option to go export the to render queue. This is going to be directly in the Adobe After Effects, but I never use this because it has been like a few years since I was using this, and there was not good option, so I always go with the media encoder. So yeah, and it is going to open new media encoder. It can take few moments until in here it is going to appear, but eventually it should. And we want this to be this H.264. That's like the standard MP4. In here I do not want to change anything, so there are just some video settings, but it's fine as a default. And in here I am just going to choose a place where I want to render this. So very quickly I will have to click all my way to the place where I want to have this, and I am just going to create new folder which I'm going to call to be render, and I will go inside and I am going to save this, and I am going to click this little arrow, start queue, and it is going to start me the render, and this is going to take hopefully only few seconds. So yeah, and right now it's done, and now I can just go ahead and see how my render is going to look. So I am just going to open this. I am going to put this on the repeat, and this is what we are going to have. So yeah, this is it. This is all. As I told you at the beginning, or maybe I didn't told you, I am going to created the same tutorial in Adobe Animate, and I can also put the link in the description. But yeah, I hope that you have learned something. I hope that you are going to be able to use this in your projects. And yeah, thank you very much. Have a nice day and goodbye.